the return, the promise of a new three. But it was not to be early on. Some early season struggles and many questions around the Cavs. There was concern, there was pain. But after LeBron's break, he and the team are back, fresh off a 12-game win streak, ready to start a new one and begin a run through the All-Star game with bigger things in sight for LeBron and the Cavs.
Anything tells you pregame he knocked down 13 straight threes. I think he'll be fine, and there he gets the first point of the day.
Yeah, he just knocked Jordan Clarkson out of the way. Orlando with the miss, and back the other way come the Cavs. They had won 12 in a row, and Kevin Love's story has always been, the foul was on LeBron James. 5 quick points for Wesley Johnson. James to the top, shooting over Tarek Black. Scoring 14 points a game for the Tigers. Here's a terrific point guard. Irving with the lob. Love with the finish. Clarkson.
Oh, my.
Back the other way, LeBron on the run with Kyrie Irving. Irving to the basket and one.
On the break, he is a handful. Whether there's one or two defenders back.
In minutes played at 38, LeBron is third on the third longest win streak in franchise history. 12 games came to an end in Indianapolis on Friday to the Pacers, but still this great run that has them back in shouting distance. A refresher on the situation. If the Lakers end up with a bottom 5 pick, Mozgov on the lob. The efficiency. They're a poor defensive team. They struggle here as Irving gets around Lin, gets to the basket, and as you put here, Jeremy Lin, Swaggy P, Nick Young in there for the Lakers, and Irving responds with him. Turned it over. James back on the floor, back on the move, and Kyrie on a roll. The All-Star Kyrie.
During the course of the season.
This is a decent team out here.
Yes, it is.
We know these guys. Yeah. Irving, great move. Mozgov at the basket, and Kyrie. Lit over Mozgov. 2 former Knicks. Shot clock off. LeBron taking off. Free throws coming.
7 assists a game. Kyrie Irving averages 5. So we
stretch early on in games when James comes out around the 4-minute mark of the first, he gets on the board.
Well, he's had a very tough January, and it's too bad for this young club because he can really score.
Love with a 3.
First quarter, they had many opportunities out on the break, but just didn't score.
We talked about this bench group lob at the out of bounds.
Oh
boy! To Shumpert.
Man out of bounds, but most important, Boozer wasn't paying any attention, thinking that he was 50 feet away in the width of the
clause afterwards for remembrance for a great career that touched so many people. Every basketball building you walk into is Mozgov scores.
Recruiters in the country and developers of players and putting them into pro basketball.
They slip to the basket by Love. Remembrances throughout the day. Sports Center tonight on ESPN. James pass is deflected. Late shot clock. Kevin Love from straight on hits a 3. And it's the James middle of the floor. JR. Kevin Love 3. Laker timeout. 15 points, 3 threes from a player who is an X factor for this Cleveland team. Can he be what he was in Minnesota? Kevin Love on teams that did not win much in Minnesota, and now really manufactured. Find a way to get him here and be part of this new big 3. He's hit. Lakers have been outscored by a dozen here in this frame. It's Love again, feeling it. Hitting another one!
That was all experience of rookies for the Lakers. They just can't finish.
Mozgov! Back then at 02 and 03, and then the issues with Jason Kidd there. Fired Jason, the player at the time. Jumper by Love as he continues his.
I feel is the preparation by the coaching staff. They're the ones that got to make up the difference when you get in the tough games.
LeBron will take the 3 and hit double digits for James.
The 70s, all right. That would just put a rope out there. There's no one better than West because he could do it from rim to rim. And won many a bet doing it.
Honor of Unseld, who played with his dad as a Washington Bullet. There he goes again. And guys, he actually grew up watching tape, would bounce past balls into a cardboard box, all with the hope of being like West.
Oh, LeBron. It's good to be back here in Cleveland. It has been so long.
It is.
We haven't been here since other than the fact that you have family that lives here. LeBron, another 3.
Clarkson, Mike, keeps showing you a little diamond in the rough here and there. He gives you some spark. Unfortunately,
starter next year, but miss an opportunity over these final 32 games to win a spot, perhaps as a backup point guard. Irving is not a backup point guard. Kyrie, it's the East, and where can the Cavs get? They now have the pieces together. Irving, beautiful move with the ball. Thompson inside. And Tristan Thompson board to go with 26 points. James on the attack, adding to his total here in the third.
I think at halftime he looked, he says, you know what? I've helped everyone out enough here, so I'm going to like up my level here too,
a bit,
and say I'm going to score under the basket. I'm scoring.
Now that happens all the time.
The long jump shots for a 7-footer, not a post-up player in this league.
It's Love for another three, and that is 6.
Get them to try to come back. Right. Get it bound. Can they get it to 10? Can they get it to 12 with about 8 minutes to go?
Woo! Kevin Love and see ligaments in his right thumb to start the year, then a right ankle sprain that put him to the bench in January. Kyrie Irving takes it to the basket, 98-79.
See, once he got in,
trying to chase down Irving, goes right at Jeremy Lin and draws the contact
for the last 2 quarters in the game.
A veteran who continues to show he can play in good form. 12 points a game last year. Lob to Thompson. That's what they were trying to get earlier and didn't. And then
we know the pressure is there because of the talent level of the people who are here, not the people out there. Will you have the chemistry? Will everything still be clicking? That's what you worry about, but as far as conference win-loss records. That has to be a must for this organization.
Irving just got it all dialed around, got it done. 82 points of the Cleveland 105. Jordan